What's up, Cripple Crew? This is EDC with DVD, Disabled but Deadly. And today, I've got a special guest star with me. I got my deadly daughter with me. Say hello, deadly daughter.
Hi.
And we are going to be putting together the Jin ChuBBees. They are a pair of knives that are perfect to build with your kid. I mean, my kid has real knives, but they're a perfect first knife, and you're going to see why. So we're going to take them out, and of course I took it out upside down. And these were in there very securely, but I have taken this out once already during an unboxing and taken a look at them. And so we're going to take our parts out here. And the reason that Jin Knives makes such a cool first knife experience for you to have with your kids is this one here has a nice D2 blade, but this one has a G10 blade. So it has all the other same parts. You're going to see it has the same scales as this one. And then when you open the next box, Jin has such a cool experience too. It's a whole experience with your kids. But when you open the next box, you have the rest of your parts and usually a small bottle of oil in here. But I took that out because it did leak. Jin is aware of the issue, and it's just one small thing. Most of the stuff is bagged, but I thought I took the oil out of that one. I guess I didn't. Yeah, just set that over aside. We won't use that one. We'll use the KPL when we use oil, just because it's not sticky. But both knives have steel liners with steel lock bars. They are, yeah, that's the Jin knife. Jin knife one. Go ahead and open it. This one also had a Jin knife cloth that, of course, I took out because I was using it in my rant against Benchmade for not including a cloth with their $180 knife. And I set the cloth aside and don't know where I set it. So she's using the nice bright green Jin one, and it has their logo on it. If you want to show their logo real quick, right here. So they do send a nice cloth with it. And we're just going to get these wiped off before we get everything put together. This stuff in here will be okay because it was bagged. I'm going to pour it onto my magnet over here. And set that stuff aside. And then we'll also pull out our instructions after we get all of our parts out. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I know we are. We're looking forward to this. Jin includes all of the tools and hardware you need. And I lost my train of thought earlier when I realized that she still had the oil in hers. But besides having a safety blade, they have all the exact same components. Even the kid's knife comes with caged ceramic ball bearings, and so they can learn the components of a knife, how the knives are put together, and you can teach them knife safety at the same time. So get the rest of our stuff wiped and we'll be ready to rock. So you open the box. This is what your instructions look like. And it's a whole booklet, and it lays out all the parts, the D2 blade, the bottle opener, the glass breaker.
Because of the...
Yeah, they make two colors, and one of the sets has the B colors, but this one is the matching set, so both knives are the same colors. because on the one with the B, the adult one is black. So this lays out all of your parts and your parts list and tells you what everything is. How it's got a nice layout of how everything is going to go together. And then step-by-step instructions. And so step 1
is on the last
page, and I was just looking, you flip it over after.
I had to find, I was like, step 2.
But so you put the frame inserts, which are
These ones?
the frame insert should be this would be the frame insert. That's the screw. But it says part number 12, so it's calling the standoffs the frame inserts.
Okay.
So those are the frame inserts, are the standoffs. That's what those are actually called. And then with 2 liner screws, which are your little stubby ones.
This.
They should be the shortest screws we got.
Oh. What's all magnetized? So these ones? Yeah.
Yeah, these little guys.
They were hiding.
They were. We could have opened this up and laid everything out ahead of time, but that wouldn't be the full experience. So I'm trying to find my other. We should have 4 of those little suckers, but we'll do the right side first. And the right side is your lock side. And these are going to go on these holes here. And these will be a T6, your smaller screwdriver, your green one. And just put it in that side. Whoop. You know me and my fingers. These are magnetized though. I like that. Smart. That's a good call, Jen.
Which side are you putting it on?
The lock. See the little ball on that's called the detent ball. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the inside, and the standoff will be on the inside as well.
Okay.
So your screw is going to go through from the outside.
Okay. And you're starting on the bottom part?
It's going to be the 2. How are you holding it? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just those two holes, which are technically going to be like in the top of the handle. I don't know how long this video is going to end up running, but if it runs too long, I can speed it up with my fingers. I might be dropping stuff. You know how this goes. But if it goes too long, I'll blame it on the deadly daughter. And so when we go to the critters in the morning, it's to feed the lamb Teddy that she is raising. And then it calls, okay, and then it says put the pivot in place. This is your pivot, and it is a D-shaped pivot, so it's a captured pivot, which is nice. So we're not going to need a tool on both sides. Mm-hmm. And then our pivot screw is going to be this one, but so, okay, so it wants us to put the pivot through here, and you see how it's D-shaped. We're going to come through the outside of the knife, and I'm not even holding the pivot. The outside of the knife, and line the flat side up so that it pushes through. And then it wants us to slide our bottle opener and backspacer on. And let's see exactly how those holes are going to line up. So those holes are going to line up right here and here so that your little stinger bottle opener is off the back.
On the first one or the second one?
Was still on these. So let's flip that upside down. There you go. And yeah, like that. And then we're gonna flip over to the next page. Step 2, assemble the right scale with the right scale screws. So that's gonna be our scale that has the lock bar cutout in it. And we're gonna slide it over the top of this stuff. And that's gonna hold our pivot in place. And then we're gonna use the scale screws.
Which one's the lock?
Which are...
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got the cutout. And then we're gonna be using T6 dome heads, which are gonna be these guys right here as our scale screws. And those are going to go right here to hold this on. If you want to set it down, you can set it down and place no, yeah, I guess that's gonna try to come off. Here, let me put mine in and I'll hold it real quick. Or you can try, because it's going to go on the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes on the outside. So I'll tighten these through like this.
Okay.
And it's not going to hold this on yet. So I guess you could take this off for a minute if you need to.
Oh, then which screws is it?
It's going to be
These ones?
this one.
And then this one?
Yeah, and it'll be your green guy, your green.
And then right in the middle?
Right in the middle.
Okay.
And then we can set this down on that scale. There you go. And then our next step is to get our stop pin, which is just the, yep. And we're gonna put that in the stop pin hole right above our pivot. So right there, if my fingers will place it. And then push it in so it clicks. And then we are going to put our pivot and washer on. And so it says magnet grouting.
This one. And then this. If you are struggling, you could just
I grabbed it.
pick it up with yours.
Good call, Blue. And it says to put the pivot down first and then the washer so that the pivot will be, or the washer, yeah, put the bearing down.
Are you putting it on the D?
Yes.
I thought it was on
Yeah.
the...
No, put it on the pivot. And then we'll put the smallest drop of KPL in there. And a tiny drop on your D10 ball. You barely squeeze it because it comes out easy. And then put your washer over the top of the pivot. It just needs, yeah, just a little drop. There you go. And then step 3 is put your blade on. Doing good. Put your blade on the pivot, like so, with the top of the tang locking into that stop pin. Perfect. And then you're going to put a washer a small small drop of oil. And then your ceramic bearings.
Bearings up or bearings down?
Either way.
Oh yeah.
And then the next thing is our right liner. And that'll be the one that says Jin, the liner.
Oh, too good.
And it says to just put the little tiny liner screws directly into that.
The baby ones?
Yeah, the baby ones. Into these holes here.
The top ones?
Yes.
Okay.
The ones that go through our backspacer and into our, what it called frame inserts, but what are the standoffs. And then we are going to put our pivot screw in, and that's going to be our first one that we use our T8 for. And that's going to go in your D-shaped pivot. I like that the pivot's going to be covered by the scales completely, but that means we're going to make sure to check how tight it is and check our action before we complete the scale install. And then if you've got that on, the next step is your stinger, your glass breaker, your butt. Do you have a butt? I don't know if the kid one has a glass breaker. It would look just like this. Oh yeah, it has a, does it?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Yours is a lanyard hole instead, right there. That's cool. And
should I loosen this so it pops out more?
So this needs to be. Oh, and that is not fully seated yet.
Cause it just stops.
Yeah, you can loosen it, but loosen it just a little, not a full turn, just like a quarter movement, or even an eighth, way too much, because you.
So tighten it again?
Yeah, you want it because you want so that there's no movement like this. It's like, see, this one's still really loose. You need that to be tight, but able to move the action. Why is this scale not seating all the way? Oh, it's the stop pin. Just pushed through too far.
It looks like a shark right now.
It does. I gotta back this off real quick because my stop pin is keeping my scale from setting all the way. I did that by pushing it through too far. Okay, folks, if you know me, you know when a knife becomes mine. And this is my knife. I had to pause real quick because as I was moving it, I had taken the caution off. This just barely touched my finger right there, but you know how YouTube hates blood. So, got some new some new accessories. And now we are on to step 4, which is to install our other scale. Oops, helps if I put it on the right way. And using our same little flat screws. Your action looks good over there, deadly daughter. I really should check my action before. Oh yeah. Dang, Jen. I'm impressed. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna close that. We're gonna put this guy in.
And they're the same now, right? The last 4?
No, they're not the same 4. You got 2 little ones and then 2 for the pocket screw. The 2 little flathead ones are the ones that are going in here. Oh, I took it back. The 2 little flathead ones are the pocket screw. The dome ones are going in there.
Oh, I guess they're all. I was all looking for like the screwdriver flathead.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's like something ain't right.
I'll draw my other one. There we go.
I'm too good.
She got her action over there tuned nicely, and that's harder on the plastic blade because it's so light. You don't have the weight that the D2 blade has. All right, we'll get those in, and next is to put on our beehive pocket clip. So you're gonna put it on the side that doesn't say Jin.
Right there where the holes are.
Where the little pocket holes are. And
I'm not gonna put it in that way, actually. We might have to put it in that way, actually. Oh,
the magnet having fun.
Oh, I'm putting it all backwards now. There we go.
Come on, fingers. Push it through. You can do it. There we go. There's one. And before it gets all the way tight, we'll put the second one in. You must have cheated if you got it first try. And that sounds so cool when that plastic comes out.
I like when it doesn't, the sound it makes when it doesn't.
It has such a
quick.
different sound to it.
All I can see is a shark, like a fish.
And these, are our ChuBBees. Jin, that was a very cool experience, Jin Knives. I enjoyed that. And the one that my deadly daughter put together will be going to my granddaughter for her first birthday later this year. My son said that I couldn't give her a knife for her first birthday. And you know what? I'm gonna prove him wrong. I love the little bee antennas as your flipper. Those are so cute. Got the little stinger and a bottle opener. And her stinger is a little lanyard hole, so we can even put her little first lanyard there. My lanyard hole is up here in the bottle opener. And let's see. Yeah, that's got awesome action, Jen. These are really fun little knives. I recommend these to anybody with kids. It's a great way for them to learn how to assemble a knife, what each component is, and you can teach them all about knife safety. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as we did. Make sure to stab that like button, /subscribe. We got a lot more cool stuff coming, maybe even some more guest appearances from the Deadly Daughter. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Drop a comment below with what you're carrying today. Stay safe, stay frosty, stay deadly.